Welcome to another great episode, y'all.
Message delivered, man. We're back again. We came to our nice little rental home.
Yeah, man, we out here.
Should we take a seat?
Yeah, let's take a seat, man. Give them another good welcome for today's show, man.
My butt's wet, man.
Oh, man, it's a good show today, man.
Good show.
I can't wait to tell them this, man.
Agyapong Films hat. This is not my hat. This is Brother Young's, but we represent each other. You see the name on the side, Jay Young's.
Man. Thank you. I appreciate you representing.
Right.
That's how we do. We brothers, man.
Bust down Louis, you know.
Listen, man. Today's episode is a special one.
What's it called, man?
Serious one, man. See, you cannot just be around people, because if you're around people, you don't know who you're around. So today's episode definitely goes out to everybody that's around. They have a large team and don't know if it's snakes at the table.
Snakes at the table. Snakes in the grass and snakes at the table, baby.
Man, that's deep, Coach.
It's a bad one.
Yeah, because you would never know. So today's message to y'all is, remember, it's always gonna be snakes at your table.
Snakes at the table, snakes in the grass.
Snakes in the grass.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
So let me tell you
a little something about how you feel about that topic, man.
Snakes at the table means
right
the same thing that snakes in the grass means. You hear what I said? Snakes at the table means
right
the same thing that snakes in the grass means.
Right.
Snakes in the grass is snakes you can't see. That's why you have to cut the grass low so you can see them.
Right.
Snakes at the table that people that are on your team come around, they want to promote their own brand.
Right.
They want to take over. They want to do their own thing.
Right.
You got somebody here, you're paying a chef, they want meals. You're paying a photographer, they want their own photos every time they come around you.
Right.
They want their own videos. They come around you and try to benefit and eat off your plate. Those are snakes, but they have big smiles on.
Right.
You can't tell they're snakes.
I know exactly
Wolf
what
in
you're
sheep's
talking
clothing.
about. Right.
Very, very dangerous people. You got to be careful of those people too.
I know what you're talking about.
You have to be able to grab the head of the snake, choke it, and step on it, and let them know, no, you're not going to come do that.
Right.
You want your time, you get your own time. Those are snakes in the grass, snakes at the table. Be careful. I always say one thing. Matter of fact, camera, come in. Let me tell them what I say, man. Bring your ass over here, man. Let me tell them what I say, Jay.
You tell them all the time, Coach.
What I tell them? Camera, I always tell them this. Mr. Cameraman, Mr. Brother Nukes, I always tell them this. Your greatest threat will always come from the inside. Make sure that shot look good, man. Make sure you got that background depth, man. I'm talking right now. I said your greatest threat will always come from the inside.
Right.
You hear what I said?
Your greatest threats will always come from the inside.
Your greatest threat will always come from the inside.
Can I say something on that?
Talk to him, Brother Youngs.
Like, it's a big thing for the mob, and it's a big thing for like any organization and politics. The inside will destroy your whole organization, because the greatest threat will always come from the inside. How deep is that, though?
That's kind of crazy, and it's funny that Youngs brought this up, but it's kind of crazy if you think about it.
Right.
He said, your greatest threat always comes from the inside. He repeated it. It's funny with the mob. It's true. Most of the threats are what? When it comes to the criminal world? Snitches and rats. Most of the threats when it comes to the politicians is somebody told on somebody. What do you call that thing? A white whistleblower.
A whistleblower.
You have the whistleblowers. Edward Snowden. Like, there's always somebody on the inside that destroys the information and the structures. Always somebody, a spy.
A spy. I was going to say, yeah.
That's why countries take that very, very seriously. You know that,
right?
Spies and
organizations.
Spies and all of that. The criminal world works. That's how it works. So your greatest threat will always come from the inside. It's not just the snakes in the grass in terms of them wanting to do their own thing, but some of these guys. The reason why your greatest threat always comes from the inside is because they know the most about you.
Right.
And they can take you out at any moment. You get what I'm saying, Jay?
No, I get exactly what you're saying. You know, I came from a life of, you know, I've been around the streets, so it was always a G code. You know, the G code was you gotta be 100 with your brothers. You know, because if you're not 100 with your brothers, you know, and then you out there, you with this side of the crew, but next day you on another side of the crew, and it's like, yo, what side? You pick a side. You have to pick a side, because you can't be with both sides, you know. So your greatest threats come from the inside, because that's you telling these dudes what we about to do. You know, you telling these dudes what we about to get into. So you have to be careful. Or even some things in the business world, you cannot take my information and incorporate that into your stuff. You know, so that's why I respect the way we operate, man. We operate with loyalty, we move with loyalty, you know, before anything, you know, we give opportunities, but we operate with loyalty with people, because we know that loyalty take you far. You know, when we met, you know, you took time to trust me. You had to see what I was about. Then it's like the loyalty built, you know. Then you realize, oh, this brother's solid. I like this dude, you know. Same thing with me. Before I go dealing with anybody, Coach, I pay attention to their character, because I'm from that area where, you know, you have to be cut different, you know. So I had to learn and said, don't just go deal with people. Take your time to get to know who you're dealing with, because if that red flag pull up, then you don't put yourself in a situation. You know, we always talk about, these are the normal conversations that we always have. Gentlemen have all the time, you know, so be careful, you know, your greatest threat comes from the inside. If a dude is trying to overshine the boss, or he's in the area where, oh, I'm doing this, but nah,
matter of fact,
right.
and I love that stuff. No, matter of fact, keep going.
Yeah, no, it's true, coach. You know, some dudes, they like that. They come around you, they trying to be like you. You know, they don't tell you, but they really want to be like you, and it's not right. You know, like if this is structure here. This is plan one. Let's follow the plan. You know, we all gonna win at the end of the day. If everybody try to overbeat Michael Jordan, then it wouldn't be it would have been never no Michael Jordan. It would have Chicago Bull he wouldn't be the legend.
That is true.
You know, everybody do your part.
That is true. And then, like I said, I love that so much that we're not gonna call this episode "Snakes in the Grass." The episode is gonna be called what? Your greatest threat will always come from the inside.
Your greatest threats will always
That is
come
so
from
clear
the inside.
cut and clean. Your greatest threat will always come from the. That's the name of this episode. Forget the snakes in the grass, because that.
And I like the snakes in the grass, but it just means so much. Your greatest threat will always come.
So
I'm gonna let y'all pick that one too. Man.
Let us know, man. What we're gonna choose obviously what it should be called, but let us know which one y'all like more. That name, snakes in the grass, or your greatest threat will always come from the inside. But he's right. Now we're gonna kick it off with a little story. Time. Let's go story time.
Tell them a good story, coach. You wanna pop it off with a good story for them? Because I know I got some, man.
Got other suckers out there I need to talk to, man. You goddamn leeches.
It's true.
Here's where I go. So I had a good friend of mine. I dated this girl. She was in school, brand new girl, fresh. You know, new girl coming to school.
Right.
Girl came to school. Nobody wanted to talk to her. They were scared to talk to her. You know, young kids, stuff like that.
Right.
I said, I'm gonna say something, man. I'm gonna say something. Eventually, I went up to her. I talked to her. We liked each other. Ended up holding hands, dating. This is my best friend at the time.
No, man, this is a good one.
Goddamn snake.
Right.
Ended up holding hands, dating. Dating a girl. Eventually, we broke up. Little kid stuff. We break up like 4 days later because of an argument.
And that's what I like about these stories.
I'm stupid.
Yeah, it's funny.
Guess who dates her next?
Right.
That same best friend.
Right.
I see him sneaking, coming off the bus with the girl, holding her hand.
Right.
And that taught me now, as while I know we were still kids back then, so now, you know, forgive and forget whatever, I don't forget and I don't forgive.
Right.
I learn and I move on. That's the difference.
That's the difference, man. It's true.
So, you know, no grudges though, but it taught me a lesson. This guy was my best friend, and he dated the girl after.
Right.
After I was done with her. So that tells me something. Number one, don't trust anybody.
Right.
Number two, do you think it magically and coincidentally happened? Brother Nuke, tell us, you think it magically and coincidentally happened? That he just happened to date her afterwards because they fell in love and liked each other? No. That means he was watching the girl.
He was watching.
He wanted her.
Right.
Because he saw I had her. The reason your greatest threat comes from the inside is because these people know you well enough and they feel, I know him well enough to make a move because I know what he will and will not do.
Right.
He's not gonna harm me. He's not gonna kill me.
Right.
He's not gonna do this. I'll get over him. He may forgive me because he knew me for years.
Right.
He's a sucker. He's soft. I know him. So people get over on you because they knew you for so long. That's why your greatest threat comes from the inside. Because they know you for so long. They feel comfortable getting over on you.
I respect that, man. That is so true.
Uncharted territory is always scary. So getting over on a man or woman you don't know is scary because you don't know
what the next move is.
You don't know what they're gonna do next.
Yep. That's so true.
You see what
I
I'm saying?
respect that, bro.
So your greatest threat will always come from the inside. That man's a sucker.
Right.
Forgive and forget, whatever. Forgot about it.
But I like how you broke that down, though, because anything you go through, you learn from it. And I have a similar story. It's funny because like you said, you learn as kids, but don't take that as you can't apply that in your future or as you get older. Like my story is similar to yours. I remember when I was like in the 7th grade, man, there was this new girl that came to school. Me and her started kicking it and we started dating like about a month into the relationship. And it happens, you know. What happened to me was I brought my friend to her house. You know, I brought my friend to her house, like, all right, cool. We was hanging out after school. So I just said, hey, look, I'm going to my people's house. You wanna come, you can come with me, you know? So he's like, cool, I'm gonna go there with you. So we get over there. She has sisters, so he had option. That was the weird thing to me. She had other sisters, you know? The dude didn't even wanna date the sisters,
Oh, that's right.
Bro. He went for her.
They want that one.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, why he like started kicking it with her? Like, I found out through the grapevine, like, yo, you know, such and such is dating such and such. Like, I'm like, word? I'm like, oh man. I didn't look at it as nothing because, you know, I'm a G, you know, I like, what is what it is. I've been a G, you know, so for me, I just took it out, yo, she a snake. I didn't even get mad at him because I just got me like, she's a snake. She wasn't for me anyway.
Stop. Go back now. Go back. Go back quick to a wide. You can see us both? Focused?
Yep.
Now.
So yeah, I'm like, she wasn't for me anyway. Cause she done went and dated my mans. I wonder what else she would have did behind my back. But I always kept that in my mind as to this day, be careful who you decide to get involved with because even a woman from the inside could snake you.
Doesn't matter the gender, bro.
Women, men, whatever.
They'll get you.
They'll get you because they only out for themselves. So I always kept that in the back of my mind growing up. Like, Jeff, be careful who you go involved with because people will snake you at any given day. So, and I like what we always say, you have to be a man to know, man stands on, said this is principles, not emotions.
Man follows principle, not emotion.
Not emotions.
Follow man and women. Do not follow emotion. Follow
exactly.
Principle.
So I have principles. If I go to my man's house, if he's not there, I'm not staying.
You mean if his girl is there?
Yeah, I'm not staying. So I have principles that I follow. I have protocols that I follow, what I brought into my own life on how I want to be treated. See, when you got those friends that just do whatever, those are the guys you can't trust.
Yeah, it's true.
Because they reckless.
They reckless. Wow.
You not home, what you doing that? Like, even if your boy tell you, like, yeah, I'll be home in 10 minutes, I'm the type that be like, yeah, I'll see you in 10 minutes when you get here. Like, just, I'll come back.
Or I'll be outside, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'll come back because that just show principle.
Yeah.
You have to have principles, you know what I'm saying? Because dudes' emotions might show different. You will never know how emotional your friend is. See, dudes don't speak about their emotions. You have to move with principles, man. Your principles, you gotta build it. So, snakes in the grass, you have to watch it because dudes will snake you because they think you're too comfortable.
Because they know you. They know you. Like, he ain't gonna do nothing if I do this.
Yeah, like, and then next thing you know, he taking advantage, and it could be the smallest thing. I pay attention. Like, I remember one time you taught me something. We was all taking a ride. We was in LA at the time, and we was about to go eat. Remember that time, right? We was about to go eat. We bought the pizza for the crew.
Oh,
and for me, I was real hungry.
Kevin, come in for this story, man. Like, bring your ass here, man. Get on him, man. Get tight on him.
I was real hungry that day. Like, we was working all day. Like, even if you have a lot of principles, there's still things you learn in life. I was real hungry. This brother taught me something in the crew. So we went and got the pizza. When we got the pizza, I'm like, yo, I'm about to just take me a slice because I'm starving, bro. I don't know how about y'all dudes. Everybody was hungry in the car. But me, that's how I'm like, man, it ain't gonna hurt nobody if I take a slice right now. So y'all goes and said, Jeff, you can't eat without everybody eating because everybody put in the same amount of work. Everybody's hungry. You get what I'm saying? But I didn't get that. I was still confused. It did not hit me.
Whole team. What?
It's already 14 minutes.
Okay, good. Now I know when you do that, it's 14. All right, we'll close out, Jay.
So I was like, man, you know what? I was arguing, and you see the tension that was in the car because I didn't care about it too much until I started thinking, like, hold on, I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. Dude just told me you cannot eat without everybody because we all put in the same amount of work.
It wasn't just that Jeff was gonna eat. The thing with that story is there was one box of pizza, 2 boxes of pizzas come back. Jeff said, let me get a few slices now. I said, no, it looks horrible. There's 2 different cars coming back to the house. One car doesn't have any pizza in it. Our car is the one that picks up the pizza. Everyone's hungry, we just worked. Jeff was gonna go in the box and eat some of the pizzas. When we arrive at the house, the car that didn't see the pizza yet, that had the men in it that worked with us, would arrive to our house with pizza boxes, fumbled, and you would have saw the pizza all over the place in the box, the sauce on the side. It looked like somebody devoured the pizza and whatever's left, go ahead, eat, like they were dogs or rats. It looked so bad and unprofessional, it looked selfish. I said, Jay, don't do it yet. It's gonna look bad. You come home with half-eaten box of pizza, say, yo, go ahead, y'all eat. We ate already. It's like, wait. We all go to one restaurant to get food for us. Nobody ate, and on the way home, the car that has the food ate some of the food, and when we get in the house, the food is all torn up and turned around, and now we're supposed to eat whatever's left. It looks so disrespectful. So that's one thing that happened, and Jeff learned from it. And that's not snakes in the grass, but it's in reference to what he said. Standing on principle instead of following emotion. He was hungry, but the principle is wrong because you can't throw people leftovers. It looks so unprofessional. Jeff learned from it, Jay. Now, cameraman, go wide, man. Get out our face. Go back there, man. Let's close this out,
today,
Jay.
man. We definitely, I hope everybody got something good out of this because for us, we know what it stands for, to be loyal with what you do.
You're loyal what you do.
We're loyal with what you do, man. Message has been delivered.
You think it's been delivered?
It's been delivered, man.
I think they get it. Snakes in the grass. Be careful of your greatest threat.
Now, remember,
like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And share it with people.
Look
comment.
At this beautiful view, man.
Comment.
Like, comment.
We want to hear what you think, and come back every what?
Every Sunday.
What time?
From 12 p.m.
Eastern,
12 p.m. Eastern time.
And we'll see you next Sunday. Message been delivered.
Like,
comment, subscribe, and share this with a friend that can use it.
Let's go back inside, get some good meal, man.
We out.
Yes, sir.
Oh God.
We out of here, man. See y'all later.
We're done.
It's a little wet back there, but it's cool.
I know.